Right friends, welcome back to questions and answers. Banking, this is the 33rd week. This is from 10th August to 16th August. Let us look at the first question. Name the bank which started Saral-Rural Housing Loan for weaker sections. This Saral-Rural Housing Loan for weaker sections was started by the largest private sector lender, that is ICICI Bank, and here loans will be given to the persons from rural areas. That is first thing. Second thing is loans will be given at the base rate, whatever the base rate of ICICI, loans will be given at the base rate itself. And third point is the loan range is from 5 lakhs to 15 lakhs and the tenure will be from 3 years to 20 years. So this Saral scheme is meant for the persons from rural areas. Look into the next one. Indian Railways Finance Corporation, popularly known as IRFC, would raise rupees 6,000 crore through tax-free bonds in the current fiscal. This tax-free bonds, whoever purchase these bonds, they will be exempted from tax, especially for the projects or for the organizations involving national importance. These tax-free bonds are allowed. They are not allowed for private organizations like GMR or Reliance or some other industry. They are only allowed for the organizations of national importance, and when the investment will make a difference to the people of the country, then only they will allow this tax-free bonds. And Indian Railways Finance Corporation is one of them, and Indian Railways Finance Corporation is going to mop up 6,000 crores by issue of tax-free bonds. I would like to tell you 2 points in this regard. First and the foremost is these tax-free bonds, whoever purchased these bonds, they are exempted from income tax. There are some income tax concessions for the persons whoever purchased these tax-free bonds. And the second important point is this money should be utilized for which it is intended for. The money raised through tax-free bonds should be used for the purpose for which it is intended for, right? And IRFC will purchase this rolling stock, right? And look into the next one. Government has approved an amount of rupees 16,680 crores for upgradation of national highways. This is a part of National Highways Development Project Phase 6. This National Highways Development Project, first phase was started somewhere around 15 years ago, and now we are into phase 6. So as per the planning of phase 6, government is going to spend 16,680 crores as per the decision taken recently in the Union Cabinet, and it involve developing expressways between Bangalore Chennai, Delhi Chandigarh, Delhi Jaipur, Kolkata Dhanbad, and other infrastructure improvement of important highways. Right friends, look into the next question. Google unveiled the parental company Alphabet. Regarding these things we discussed in detail in the lecture part, and Google will be one of the companies under Alphabet now. Alphabet will be the parent company. It will have so many companies under its parental organization. That means the parental organization is Alphabet. It will have several companies like Google, like Calico, and some other entities will come up under this parental company of Alphabet. Please don't forget, CEO of this parental company Alphabet will be Larry Page, right? Name the state which commenced iron ore production from its mines after the Supreme Court lifted the ban in April 2014. There was a ban due to the environmental concerns, and subsequently Supreme Court lifted the ban in April 2014. The state we are talking about is Goa, and Vedanta became the first company to restart the mining operations in the state of Goa. Please don't forget. Look into the next question. Name the country which ranked the highest according to the Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index 2015. This is released by not-for-profit non-governmental organization World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum was established in the year 1971, and please don't forget this is a non-governmental organization and established in the year 1971 with Switzerland as headquarters, and it recently released Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index 2015, and here Spain stands at the highest rank, followed by France and Germany. India stands at 52nd rank, a slight improvement in comparison to the previous years, but not up to the mark. Now India stands at 52nd position, whereas Spain in the top position, followed by France and Germany. Please don't forget. International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples. You may ask, what is meaning of indigenous people? The meaning of indigenous people is they are the original inhabitants. They are the original inhabitants. Nowadays, because of mass migration, because of development of cities, these indigenous people are sometimes relegated to the interior hinterland or forest areas, and sometimes their health and well-being is the biggest question mark. And now International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples was observed on August 9th, and it is the United Nations initiative, and United Nations for the first time in the year 1994 raised about the International Day of the World's Indigenous People, right? Look into the next one. RBI asked banks to provide interest subsidy of 2% on short-term crop loans up to 3 lakhs of rupees. In the previous lectures, we deliberated that for the crop loans are nothing but for raising the crops, short-term loans. For the crop loans up to rupees 3 lakh, government is giving interest subvention, or you can say interest subsidy of 2% for the year 2015 and 2016. That means for the financial year 2015-16, Government of India declared 2% interest subsidy or interest subvention, technically we have to call it, and now RBI asked banks to provide interest subsidy of 2% as decided by the government. Right, friends? Now banks will give loans to farmers for short-term loans at 7%, and 2% will be paid by central government to the banks. Right? And if the farmer repay in time, he will get further subsidy of 3%. That means if the farmer pay back in time, the effective interest rate on the crop loans will be just 4% only. Right? We deliberated in detail in the previous classes. Look into the next one. Name the bank which unveiled the first multi-currency Forex Contactless Card in India. What is meant by contactless card? Contactless card is for small value transactions, just tap and pay. And Axis Bank became the first bank to release this contactless card in the country in multi-currencies. That means it enables withdrawal of 15 currencies. So that's why, as claimed by the Axis Bank, it is the first bank in the country to release multi-currency Forex Contactless Card. Please don't forget. Name the mission to refurbish the functioning of public sector banks. The mission unveiled by the Finance Minister is Indradhanush. If you want more details, please listen to the lecture part of this week. Right, friends, look into the next one. The headquarters of the International Renewable Energy Agency. International Renewable Energy Agency, which concentrate on the clean energy. That means the renewable energy like solar energy, wind energy, it concentrate on renewable energy. This organization was established in the year 2009. It is situated in Mastar city. Mastar city is tipped to be the world's first clean energy city. Mastar city is near Abu Dhabi, close to Abu Dhabi, and it is part of 7 Emirates conglomerate of United Arab Emirates. Please don't forget, United Arab Emirates constitutes 7 Emirates. Dubai is one of them, Abu Dhabi is another. So, this Mastar city is situated close to Abu Dhabi, and International Renewable Energy Agency is headquartered in Mastar city. Please don't forget, Mastar city is going to be the city with the renewable energy, and recently the Prime Minister visited Mastar city when he visited United Arab Emirates. Please don't forget. And at the same time, friends, please don't forget, International Atomic Energy Agency, established in the year 1957, is in Vienna, Austria. And at the same time, please don't forget, International Energy Agency, this is a Paris-based organization established in the year 1974, subsequent to the oil crisis of 1973. So, please don't confuse with these 3 organizations. I have given here in the PPT the logos of these 3 organizations. Exports contracted by 10.3% in July, not a good sign. It is the contraction for the 8th month in a row. India's exports, in comparison to last year, are falling consecutively for 8 months. In the month of July also, they contracted by 10.3%. Normally, for a growing economy like India, expansion is expected, but the exports are contracting for the 8th month in a row, which is the worrying factor for the government of India. Look into the next one, the biggest Ayush hospital on the lines of All India Institute of Medical Sciences. All of you are aware about the prestige associated with All India Institute of Medical Sciences. On the similar lines, Ayush hospital is coming up, and Ayush means Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. This biggest Ayush hospital on the lines of AIIMS is coming up in Sarita Vihar area of Delhi, and it will have 500 beds as reported by the government. Introduction of mobile phone in India completed 20 years on July 31st, 2015. The first mobile call was made by the then West Bengal Chief Minister Jyoti Basu, and it was received by the then Telecommunications Minister Sukhram. It was 20 years ago on July 31, 1995. So, by July 31, 2015, it completed 20 years. Right? Please don't forget, recently introduction of mobile phone completed 20 years in our country. IPEF is maintained by, IPEF is Investor Protection and Education Fund. Investor Protection and Education Fund, this is maintained by Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, and at the same time, please don't forget, Depositor Education and Awareness Fund or DEF is maintained by Reserve Bank of India. Please don't forget, Investor Protection and Education Fund is maintained by SEBI and basically to educate the depositors. Right? Whoever are investing in the capital markets, so as to educate them, so as to create awareness, this fund will be used. Right? The answer here is SEBI. Please look into the next question. Shree Uttam Steel and Power has recently tied up with the Posco to set up a $3 billion steel plant in Sindhudurg district of Maharashtra. And Posco is the steel major of South Korea. Please don't forget. They got a bitter experience or bad experience of establishing 12 million tons steel plant in Orissa. It could not take off on expected lines. Now they are going to establish a $3 billion steel plant in Sindhudurg district of Maharashtra. From east coast, they are now going to west coast of India. Look into the next one. Name the state whose non-banking financial company wants to expand its operations to pan-India level. Kerala government has got one non-banking financial company, that is Kerala State Financial Enterprises. They want to expand to all India level. So the answer here is Kerala. Name the bank which claimed that it launched the first mobile app in India to open a bank account. The bank which launched first mobile application to open a bank account as claimed by them is Federal Bank. Please don't forget, the headquarters of Federal Bank is Aluva near Kochi in Kerala. P.S. Jayakumar was appointed MD and CEO of Bank of Baroda. Before appointment, he was MD and CEO of VPHC Value Homes. Recently, appointments were made for Managing Director and CEO, MD and CEO. Please don't forget, previously the post was CMD, Chairman and Managing Director. Subsequently, they separated it. Now, Chairman is non-executive Chairman and the real head is Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer. Recently for 5 banks, appointments were made. I have given the list here in this PPT, and P.S. Jayakumar was appointed Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Bank of Baroda. Prior to that posting, he was MD and CEO of VBHC Value Homes. Right? Nowadays, private sector professionals are entering into the top positions of public sector banks. Please don't forget. The another one who was posted is Rakesh Sharma, MD and CEO of Lakshmi Vilas Bank, now posted as MD and CEO of Canara Bank. And please don't forget, Ananta Subramanian, Usha Ananta Subramanian became the MD and CEO of Punjab National Bank. Previously she was heading Bharatiya Mahila Bank. Please don't forget. So the trend is now to appoint private sector professionals into public sector banks as heads of the banks. Right? Look into the last question of this week. Ravi Venkatesan, an independent director at Infosys, appointed non-executive chairman of Bank of Baroda. Right? He is also from other private organization. He became now non-executive chairman, Ravi Venkatesan. So now partially the trend is towards appointment of eminent private sector professionals as the professionals of public sector banks. This is the recent trend and change. Please don't forget. Friends, with this, let us conclude this questions and answers banking. Have a nice day. Thank you.